Friends, Peggy Hall back with you from the healthyamerican.org. Taking a little break from covering the fires in Los Angeles to talk a little bit about the inauguration. Yes, let me know if you watched that, if you attended it, if you know anyone who did. I know a couple of people who actually went to DC to see that inauguration. What was interesting is when I did this search on Giggle, as I call it, because I wanted to see what they're allowing the rest of the world to see. We're going to take a look here. I'm going to refresh my screen. Check this out. Isn't that interesting that Google, of all things, Giggle, actually has fireworks and the American flag imagery going on in the background? I think that's kind of cool. So we're going to talk a little bit about, well, let's see. What do you make of Trump dancing with the village people, especially to the song The YMCA? And if you're not sure what the YMCA song, well, we're going to get to this American thinker in just a moment. If you're not sure what this YMCA song is about, I think once you listen to the lyrics and you see the dancing and all, I should have given you a warning. I'll just put it that things are not always what they appear. I'll put it delicately. All right. Before we go any further, I am going to read. I'm going to share with you a satirical article written by Healthy American Robin Itzler, and it's written from Joe Biden's perspective. So I think you're going to get a couple of laughs from this, as I did. And I do want to thank the sponsor of today's video. So this is noblegoldinvestments.com. So you can give them a call at 877-646-5347. We are entering 2025 and de-dollarization is accelerating. China and the other BRICS nations, which include Brazil, Russia, India, and South Africa, are reducing their dependence on the US dollar. What's their secret weapon? It is gold. China is buying gold, and it is quietly underreporting its purchases. Why? Because China knows gold's worldwide value and its ability to withstand economic shocks and its immunity to manipulation. So this is not just about nations. It is about you. Gold is your personal hedge against uncertainty. So visit Noble Gold Investments and find out how they can help you secure your financial future with gold. Again, that's noblegoldinvestments.com. And with your qualified account, you are going to get 10 of these 1 ounce silver American Eagle coins. I think that's the coolest thing. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com. Also, check the description box below for the link along with the disclaimer, and get your questions answered by the experts. noblegoldinvestments.com. Friends, this is a very important day for our country. And I think regardless of where you stand on politics, and I know many of my healthy Americans are, and I know that many of my healthy Americans are not interested in politics, and they actually define the two parties as two wings of the same bird. So I'm completely aware of what you're talking about, and I really see where you're coming from. But you have to admit, today has grabbed the attention of many, and many people are experiencing a sense of optimism and enthusiasm as we're going into this new administration. And I, for one, say that Trump is certainly going to be a lot more entertaining than the others, and I will be holding his feet to the fire and exposing any time he gets off track, as I have done with others who are in the public eye. I'll just put it that way. What I want to do is share with you an article from a friend of mine, a healthy American. She writes for the American Thinker, and this is a satirical article, and it's Joe Biden's farewell address. And she says, well, it's coming from Joe Biden. My fellow Ukrainians, Americans, this is my final chat with you from a Delaware beach. The Oval Office. It's been an exciting 4 days. What, Jill? An exciting 4 years since I took the oath of office, when I promised to unite the country, never to lie to the American people, and to keep my son Hunter employed. Well, 1 out of 3 success isn't bad. Thanks to my outstanding cabinet, we've had many international successes. For example, the Russians and Ukrainians no longer need GPS to get around each other's cities. The communist Chinese now have balloon rides on their resume. My administration worked overtime destroying fossil fuels so that we would be forced to buy oil from Venezuela. Muy bien, no? We made Iran richer, which helped them to fund terrorist organizations. Let me give you a caveat, friends. I don't agree with everything that Robin is writing here, but I did want to do something a little lighthearted, take a break from the fire coverage today. So I'm going to continue sharing what she wrote as a satirical farewell address from Joe Biden, who says, Vice President Kamala Harris has been a great partner, except when she backstabbed me in late July. As border czar, Harris helped my administration to let 10 to 20 million or a million illegal aliens waltz unvetted through our borders. This includes 300,000 plus children that no one can locate. My fellow Americans, we are a nation of immigrants and proudly have a tapestry of people from around the world who call the United States home. Thanks to VP Harris and myself, that tapestry now includes murderers, rapists, arsonists, and thieves. Thanks to me, the United States was respected across the globe. Oh, I don't use that phrase. Across the world for the last 4 days. I mean, years. Okay, maybe the last 3 years, perhaps the last 2 years. All right, the United States has never been respected since this past November 5th when I came into office. Well, at least we got some respect during my time in the White House. On the domestic front, thanks to our printing money, the way Hunter produces $100,000 paintings, the American people have advanced their math skills. Each time they go grocery shopping, they hold a calculator while deciding if they can afford to buy Spam. Certainly, the United States and Italy have bonded since more Americans are eating pasta 7 nights a week. Also, on the domestic front, my administration has brought families closer together. We often hear about 3 generations sharing a 2-bedroom apartment. Next to smoking dope in the White House, climate change is our biggest threat. Powerful forces want to wield their unchecked influence, eliminate the steps we've taken to tackle the climate crisis, and serve their own interests for power and profit. Only the Bidens should serve their own interests for power and profit. Oh, what, Jill? I should stick to the teleprompter? Let's forget that China and India erase any successes the Western world might have in curbing carbon emissions. That's why I'm immensely thankful to California's governor. That was my joke. And Los Angeles Karen, Mayor Bass, I'll put it that way, for bringing climate change to the forefront with their disastrous handling of wildfires. Thanks to their multiple failures, elites can jet set to a Malibu beach for future meetings. Participating in our democracy becomes exhausting and even delusioning, and people don't feel like they have a fair shot. We must stay engaged in the process. Thankfully, that is what the American people did on Election Day when they gave Donald Trump a mandate to return to the White House. Hunter and Jill are walking out of the Oval Office, so I had better wrap up since the chocolate chip ice cream is beginning to melt. May you all be the keeper of the flame. May you keep the faith. I love America because my entire family was able to make lots of money using the Biden name to buy influence at home and abroad. I know you love it too, while trying to decide if you should spend your money on food, clothing, or shelter. Good night, my fellow Americans. God bless the United States of America and everything that we hold dear that is made in China. All right, friends, just a short video for you today. I hope you got a few chuckles out of that as I did. As I say, I don't agree with everything that Biden says, and that was a satirical farewell speech and probably a whole heck of a lot better than his actual one. So we are heading into 2025, the new administration, and I would like to hear from you what you would like to see Trump do. He said he had 100 things to do on his first day, something along those lines. I'm going to be following that very closely. We will be getting back to our fire coverage in the upcoming days as well, and more coverage on the assault in the airways. And I love receiving your videos, your photos, and your emails. Support at thehealthyamerican.org. Thank you, everybody, for being on board. I'll be back with you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific, as we march this all the way to heaven.